You've seen the title, you get the concept. I am here to convince you that non-sugar is great due to this handy PowerPoint presentation I have provided to you. To start off with our center character, Non. A few simple things that you will need to know about her, which is relevant information. Despite being the younger sister, tends to be the more responsible one and tends to be underlooked because of it. That's immediately how she gets attached to her manager character, Usacha, due to their similarities in the sibling department. This already ties her into another character in the sense of relatability and establishes why these two work together off the bat. Triangle. Triangle was a great concept that honestly would have worked because it centers around the fact that Non is very confident in her own abilities and less so in her control of others. She thinks she herself would be a better teammate in every category instead of finding teammates in the separate ones she would need. If you can't trust others to do it, you can do it yourself. The problem lies in this, in which she cannot grow as a character, just due to the fact that she will be stagnant. Nothing will be pushing her to be better, as she has to play all three roles herself. And we will come back to this after we move on to her next teammate. Cheery. Cheery has a separate problem in which her character is creating a duality between her persona and her real life character. The problem in this is the only thing that pushes her out of her own boundaries is herself, unlike Non. So when she meets Non, it's less that she herself is being pushed out of her comfort zone. Non fills that role for her in real life, pushing her to try new things and be okay with her differences in persona. What I'm going to also focus on is the fact that Non is pushed out of her comfort zone by Cheery in Pripara itself. Moving on to that, this dynamic does create a sort of development. Non has to be pushed out of her comfort zone to work with the kind of difficult teammate that she didn't initially want and the reason she formed Triangle in the first place to avoid. Cheery gets put out of her comfort zone because she needs to learn to control her persona more in order to compensate for this. Pepper. While Non and Cheery both have definite personas in how they either perceive themselves in life in general or just in performance, Pepper as a character with no filter pushes them both out of their comfort zones in general, just being a general way to push each other out of their comfort zones and having to deal with her in general as the off-the-wall teammate that neither of them would have wanted. Part of their growth as characters, all of them together, is learning to work with a teammate, but also the most difficult kind they were expecting that they didn't want. But nonetheless, this does allow you, in the short time that you have with them, to get to know this team and why they all work so well together, because they have to push out of their comfort zones to try. You see a lot of development in these three and what they're able to do so fast. It's because their team dynamic itself lends to the whole concept of they have to get out of their comfort zone to learn how to perform better. No. And that was my short pitch on why you should like non-sugar. This isn't a direct order. You can like whatever team you want. Also, I have a Twitch now. You don't need to check it out, but it'd be kind of cool if you would.